Hi everyone. This is a cosmic
Hello.
joke. How are you doing?
Still is a cosmic joke, yes.
Yes, we have come back after our hibernation for I think a few months. So,
Hibernation. Hibernation to me means like calm and peaceful and nothing happening. This was not anywhere near a hibernation.
me I was more calm and peaceful going up and down and riding the waves, but I had major expansions. So that's my journey the past couple months. Like,
It
I've been
has
able to,
been.
yeah. It's to me it was just it's beautiful. Like the things that I'm seeing, it's amazing. But there is a lot of up and down, going up and down and shifting into the lowers and then shifting up really high. So
It
it's
is. Well, the
beautiful.
month of November was a high energetic, plasma energies, high frequencies. We were bombarded to the point where my crew says it was purposeful, like when I just wrote, because they
Hmm.
say that they were basically putting in information to us quicker than the mind can even grasp. And it was an effort to override the mental mind ego system so that you've got, confrontation, confrontation, confrontation. So it's constantly these things, we call them confrontations as human, but it was all of these things coming up for us to look at. And they were at such a rate that we didn't have time to go through our old processing, system, a way of doing things. It was like, you have to resolve it on the fly. And that really was by design, because it was actually showing us this is how quick we need to be. We need to make sure that we've got our coping mechanisms, our skills, everything up to mastery level, because
Yeah.
as each bit is coming undone, it's like, bam, 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 bam. You don't have time to stop because the energy flows. And that's the whole, the images they give me, it's like, the body being, to get to a point of being like a piece of cheesecloth. The energies come through, it needs to just flow. We need to be in the middle of that whole flow. So as our energies are coming in, whatever is the densities within the human form, it's pushing against, which we've known for this whole year, actually. The month of, or the year of 2019 has been, here's something that's not letting me get through, so that it comes up. So
Hmm.
now with the higher waves, it's pushing even harder to get all of this stuff up. They did say that December is a little lighter from that standpoint. It's not as intense. It's more like, October energies, which is a down, a notch, two notches,
Yeah.
so that we have the ability to go, okay, I can catch my breath. Things aren't happening as quickly. And it's the realization, the way that they showed it to me is it's a realization of how often I was using the mind for processing as opposed to the heart and just the energy flow with trust, so that during the month of December we can go, oh, yep, I see where I used to do that. Yep, I see where I used to do that. And we can revise it. Because they say come January is going to be another half time above what November was, to the point that it's I think 3 times greater than what the mental mind can even
Yeah.
accept, understand, pick up, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
That they're saying that January will appear to be chaos. Chaos. And they said it is by design, because we have duality of control and you have chaos. We're getting to the point of mastering the control, realizing we don't have any, or having control over our own energies, which is the only control that we have. So now they're saying chaos is coming up, and to accept what appears to be chaos. They say, accept it, accept it. No fighting against it, no resisting, going, wow, look, there's chaos. Oh, wow, look at this. This is chaotic. This is drama. And by accepting it as it is, being able to accept control and chaos puts us then into that state of peace, because there's no longer, this is the path to unity. This is the unity
Yeah.
instead
It's
of
an
jumping with the two. So January, they say January to March, the majority of us will have it not figured out, but we'll have almost become masters by the end of January through this massive onslaught. But they're giving us to March basically to be able to have that, to be at peace. Because
yeah.
they're saying by May 2020, which I knew March was going to be huge, I can't remember what date I'd written down, March 22nd for whatever reason. But by May is actually the high probability of us being fully the majority, the 100th monkey in unity consciousness.
Yeah.
Which sounds lovely, fantastic. So we're in the home stretch. The last hurdles are the hardest. They really are, because we're exhausted. We're so past it. Can we just get this race over? Not that the race will ever be over, but this particular leg of the race to pass the baton is culminating up till May. Mm-hmm. So it's like, hold on a little bit longer, but the November from day one, November 1st, all the way through the entire month, every single day, there was at least one, if not a half a dozen things that were, I would consider confronting, to the point where I'm just like either in awe at not having seen it before, tears, because it was like, how did I miss that? Or what the hell is this that's going on? But I appreciate it, because it really, again, showed me a lot about me. But as we started, that it's like we go high, we have these great experiences, we're doing our upper work and all of the cool things that we're seeing, which I'd love to hear some more of your experiences on that. And then it's like, okay, bring it down into your physical. Okay, cool. Well, you didn't fully integrate that into your physical, and we go up again. And then as we bring it back down into the physical, and it's this understanding that as we grab and embrace who we are, what we are, the energetics of, the 30th, 33rd dimension, which is another conversation, that we're bringing that frequency that we are, and we're monitoring, you're pulling it back into our physical form.
We're up in the 33 dimension, pulling in all this stuff, and 44. I started with the 4. I'm like, what do you mean? Like in the higher.
Exactly.
I was just okay, why not?
I know. And the 33rd dimension is with the 12th Merkaba, which is the light blue one, which is the body of the Brotherhood of Light, which, yes, that for the majority that could come online 12/12. For some of us, whatever.
We've already started it. For some of us, we're already starting it, because I'm already seeing it. So it's there. It's coming online. It's really cool. It's beautiful, and it's blue, and it has some greens in it. And I thought my hands were sparking out of blue. I was like, oh my God, my hands are turning blue. I was like, I'm turning to a blue bee. I was like, this is awesome. Oh, I wish you were with me, because you're going. I know you're going through it a lot, going up and down.
Hey, and I'm learning so much about my human, which is really exciting and really fun. So it's like, as I'm bringing in, all of this that I am down into my human, it becomes this ridiculous, just like, oh my gosh, why is life falling apart? Why is all this happening? What is all this drama? What is all this chaos? And it's funny, because the human wants to try to figure it out, all this, and it really becomes this, I have to stand back and trust, accept, understand, whatever word we need to do, that it's those energies that are wanting to reside within my human and pushing out anything that contradicts it. So it's like, again, it's just a gift to us of showing us what our human is in ourselves, what is in our human form that has to go. So as it's, and it seems like, again, like November was so intense.
It's really fast too. It's good.
But it was like, oh my gosh, it's just more and more and more that it was like just pushing out of my human, that, again, my human, I had quite a few moments of tears in November. Fear, I had, just crazy things happen that are so outside of what could have, should have happened. But it was as though, okay, it happened. It was pulled out energetically. So again, but the interesting thing, I know we're at the light blue, it's 12, and of course, 12th Merkaba would come online 12/12. We kind of go, yeah, of course it would. But and that's really that's the 33rd dimension. 33rd dimensional frequency access is the Merkaba 12 with the light blue. But I was already getting a heads up, like the Elohistic Lord's body, along with that one comes the 13th Merkaba.
Okay.
And they have me.
It's the throat. You got tons of stuff going on in the throat chakra. too. Major
Yes, which is
stuff going on with
which is
the throat. It's a whole new system coming on. A whole new. This is mastery. It really it really is.
this is the 12th Merkaba along with that, because again, it's the blue, which of
Yeah.
course is your throat, and it is anything and everything of your authenticity, of your communication, of your expression, of your authentic self is being called into question. So it would not surprise me at all if people have strep throat, if they've got, coughs, if they've got, I hate to say pneumonia, but whatever, where you're just constantly trying to purge out of the throat and chest area, because we have to be authentic. There's no more white lies. There's no more deception. There's no more manipulation. We have got to be impeccable with our words,
Mm-hmm.
which is our intent, which is what we are. But on the 13th Merkaba that's supposedly coming up, I've got it slated for February 18th is my current information that I have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 35th dimension. So we're at the 35th dimensional access energetically to be able to bring into our human forms, is what they're saying. The human forms would be able to access and hold some of the 35th dimensional frequencies, or the 33rd dimensional frequencies, is how they say that. The in between the 12 of the 33rd dimensional energies, then by January 22nd, we should have access to the 34th dimensional energies. The physical form would be able to integrate that. The 35th dimensional energies, it has February 18th, which is Merkaba 13, and they're showing me the color. I put orange/gold because it's such a weird, I can't even describe the color. I mean, because you almost want to go bronze, copper, gold, that orange. I mean, it's a really unique color.
It's an in-between, and I don't know why, maybe I've seen it, but it looks like an in-between of gold and more orange color. It's something that I was shown around me. So
because it's like I don't even know what the color, I don't have a name for the color. I mean, I don't even know what frequency, orange and gold, or we add those together to make it, frequency 3564. I don't know. I'm gonna look up that number. Why did I say 3564? But and then the 14th Merkaba, which is the 23rd body, the Ushma body, but that one they're showing me already is like chameleon, with that light chameleon, translucent, fluorescent, where you have that, depending on where you turn it, pink, blue, purple, all that really cool. That's the 14th. I don't have a date yet, but again, once we get, probably by March, if not by May, would be that one. As far as these bodies is all they're showing me, because I've got 25 of our outer bodies. By that point, I think it's probably going to be irrelevant if we've integrated that many of them. It's just like, yeah, it's just one. It's just one.
I feel like they're actually coming online in pieces, because that's a quantum. Everything comes in pieces and then it goes to the whole. And I feel like that is what I'm seeing and what I'm fluctuating with right now, is the different pieces, because my higher self, universal self, was telling me to pull them down, keep going higher. And I'm like, what? Like, obviously they're like, well, you keep going all the way up to 222 and start pulling down those templates. And I'm like, okay. I was like, this is fun. It just sits there because it's like, it's up in the energy field, but it's just to start coming down because we're able to handle it. So I think it's pretty fun. Not yet, but it's gonna be late. It's gonna be later on. But that's what I was shown, and that's what I was guided to do. And I was like, okay, I'll just pull down the templates, but it's just to keep pulling them down and just start integrating them.
And the funny thing is, again, because we look at it as bringing the pieces in, bringing, all of these other frequencies, dimensions in. But the hilarious part is they're showing me it's backwards. We're breaking through to access those. We're not pulling in anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is us. This is us. All of us, all the way back to source. So as we're cracking through all of our programming, all of our belief systems and everything else, all of that's available to us. And as we're able, and that's why some of us are able to go more in this direction, because, okay, that wasn't a big a wall. That film wasn't as dense and heavy. and I resolved everything in that. So, I've got access to this. Well, I don't have access to this, which you may perfectly have gone, that was nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still struggling with that one.
Yeah, it's all there. I mean, all the information is just there. And that's what my universal soul was explaining to me. It's like, it's all there. You just need to bring it down in increments. And that's, that's just the way it was. Like, everything is pretty much up there. You just need to learn how to access it when you need it. And I was like, cool, that's awesome. So it's pretty, it's really beautiful. I've had some really good, beautiful experiences in the past month and a half. So I'm just learning.
Yes. It's funny. I'm looking at my camera and it'll keep fuzzing me out, like it goes out of focus. Oh.
Yeah, that's funny. That's another thing is through the third eye is the focal, like a microscope. That's awesome. Where you can zoom in and zoom out. You can zoom your eyes in. Yes, you can zoom in and out. You can look at the stars, and you can actually bring the stars in more. Like when I go outside, and my higher self's like, just pull it in, and I'm like, oh, okay. Just sit there and go, just activate it just to make it zoom in, zoom out. But you can do it through the third eye too, as well. That's awesome.
As well as the stream of information around it.
Yeah.
Try that one as well, because it's like you can visually see an image, but what is the stream? What is it made of? What is it sending out? What is it receiving?
Yeah, you can see the energy lines and the sacred geometry. I'm actually seeing all of that now, pretty much everywhere on the physical body and stuff like that. It's just, I can see it all. Like I can close my eyes and just see all the sacred geometry. And when you're looking at the stars, they all look connected. Some are moving. And relocating, where I'm like, okay, that was a fun experience too. What else? Okay, I'm gonna go back to something. Navigating through the chaos, because I experienced that in November. If you're able to actually sit, observe, and pull back, okay, because chaos means that you need to align. There's something that's off, that you're not aligned. So if you're actually able to go back, go into yourself for a little bit and go inward, you can actually sit there and align it. You have to go in though to see what's coming up. What do you need to dissolve? But taking that step back, maybe just going to meditate and realigning everything, you'll see that the chaos will actually stop. That's something that I was taught for the whole, I would say about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. How to sit there and pull back. Be like, no, pull all the way back, go sit, go inward, and realign the energy within. Okay, and if you can do it within, that's the chaos, and get it to, just to start flowing again, instead of being the spinning energy, and then the timeline collapses, is basically the way they show me the collapsing. So you just go in. You can actually fix everything within yourself. That's something I was shown for about 2 weeks. To actually pull back and go in and fix it. They're like, go in and fix it. You know how to do this. Fix it. I'm like, okay. So
exactly.
And you have to sit and meditate on that. That was,
which is why my crew says, accept the chaos. Don't fight against it. Just accept it. But like you're saying, correct. Just accept it. And am I going to just sit here and watch it, or am I going to do something about it?
Yeah. They're basically, the way it was shown to me, it's all you anyways. It's your reality. So it's inside of you. So go clear it, dissolve it, and fix it as fast as possible. And once you accept that it's you and it's inside of you instead of the external, it's so much easier to get through it. So that was about 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. I'm still in the process of pulling back, but it's a lot more easier. The first 2 weeks, it was really hard, where I was just like, oh God, okay. It's just
because the first natural,
you gotta learn you have to learn when you're feeling the spin, and you can feel it. You got to learn how to go, you know what, I need to take at least 15, 20 minutes, 45 minutes to go and sit and go in and really open up and fix it. Let's put everything in alignment. No, I don't want that. No, I'm dissolving that. Dissolve that. Break the system. So, and that's what, to me, it's like more like the matrix system. It's where you just keep breaking through it and dissolving those looks like, it kind of looks like shattered glass, kind of matrix system.
I would say that. And the first week of doing it, you actually, the first thing you're doing is, I didn't do this. I wouldn't do this. Why would I have created this? And it's like your mind tries to justify why all this is happening. So yeah, I mean, in the process of doing it, to let everybody know, that's where you're going to start going, this isn't my chaos. I didn't do this. But it was like, again, when we recognize the energies are flowing through and attempting to flow through your body, that anything and everything that is not in alignment with your higher self is going to be stirred up. Yeah. So the chaos that is being stirred up is stuff that is coming out of you, that has been stored in you, that needs to go. So you either accept that and allow it to go, realize it and allow it to go, or you just create more and you stuff it again, and the next wave, it'll come up again.
And it's a frequency that's inside of you.
Yes.
That's basically, and that's what needs to be dissolved. So if you just own it and know that you created it on some type of level, you can actually move and navigate through it a lot faster. So
one tiny thing they say, it's not necessarily that you created it, but you stored it. You stored it in your human, because it may have been trauma, it may have been grief, it may have been something else, or you tried to, assist and heal someone else, but you stored it in your body.
Frequencies, so identities of other people, projections of other people. It's kind of like they show me like the chameleon, like where we shift into other people. It's kind of like the molding. And that is another thing. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's just there and it needs to be moved out. This could be from somebody from 10 years ago that you used behavioral patterns from, or, your grandparents or whatever it is, but it just needs to
go. Could have been in utero before you were even born. I mean,
on the talk about that. Yes. I think I went through 3 times of going, I'm on my 3rd time going all the way out, like completely through the creation of time, coming back in. I've done it 3 times. Like, I'm like, wow, how many more times do I have to do this? It's like going all the way out.
As it takes.
I know. I thought it was funny. I was like, this is so cool. I was like, I'm going to go back out again. Yay. Yay. It was awesome. But yeah, so that's definitely cleansing. That's probably more of the rebirthing, I call it.
Which part of it then, as we uncover, it becomes, I am not the person, I'm not the human that I thought I was. I'm not the human that I've always been. And each uncovering becomes, wow, I didn't realize how programmed I was. And like choices, decisions, things that I believe were because of this program. And it's like you remove this, all of a sudden I'm different, which then sees different things. And it becomes, people really, if you're not changing every day who you are, if you're not realizing I'm a completely different person now than I was this morning, get in there, because again, the human that you think you are, the ego personalities, all of them that you've used for mother, daughter, whatever, son, father, is not you. That has all been a role. It's all been just, like you say, the chameleon. It was all made up. It was just pretending to be in that situation to be able to handle it, however you talked, however you acted. All of it has to go. All of it.
We're going on high galactic timeline. So at this point, it's like, we're not even human. The stuff that I'm seeing, and I know you see it all the time, but to me, I'm like, it's really like, woo, to me, because I just like completely burst it open where I was sitting in fear for years, and I could see all the energies. I could see the quantum field the whole time, and I would drop into fear. Like, it's the most interesting thing where I was like, why didn't I just, what was wrong with me? I could see everything. I could see the quantum fields. I could see my Merkaba vehicle from 6 years. Like, I felt like just going, oh my God. But once I, got that big, like, just stepping completely out of fear, it's just magical. It's beautiful. I was like, we're definitely not human. It's like at
No,
all.
absolutely not. Well, that came up a couple of days ago in some of my, I don't know, whatever it is that I do, where the realization that we have the ability and access to such higher things, we enjoy it, we revel in it. And it's like, why is that not in my physical? Why is that not my physical reality? And it became this twofold thing of, first of all, the human form can't hold all of it, which is what we're doing, clearing so that it can hold and emanate those higher dimensional frequencies. But the other part of it, I realized in that moment of clarity, the human still has an issue as to, what does that look like? Can I do 3D things? Can I cook my food? Can I pay my bills? Can I, which again, we know none of this really means anything. So it becomes this egoic personality stop of actually bringing it in, because how is that going to affect my daily life? Which is a valid question, but I mean, it's like, you and I know we already just do what we do, and
you just let it we're the creators. Once you step into the creator role, you can create whatever you want. You can materialize it into physical form. You just got to flow with it. What does your soul want? What does the higher want? What feeds our soul? That's one of the biggest things I've been learning. What are you going to choose? It will come anyway. So what are you worrying about it for?
I know.
I just can't wait until I can teleport. Ready. I'm going ready.
Me too.
It's just beautiful at this point, but I'm enjoying it because it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious about January. I really am. I mean, I'm excited about, it's that final exam, another final exam. We have final exams all the time. But this particular one I'm really excited about, because it's like, I know it's coming. I've had time to prepare. We've had November, we'll have December. And by the time it gets here, it's like, all right, I'm ready.
We're being pushed fast right now.
Yes.
To January. So that's something that I see. We're accelerating really fast. I mean, a lot of us are going into Christ consciousness states. It's just major, completely heart center, completely online. Heart portals, heart grids, everything has to be completely online. Telepathic communications through the heart center. This is how we used to communicate before all of this. That's what I was showing. That's what I'm experiencing. As far as the learning experiencing, it's barely up here anymore. It's all in my heart center. Everything I hear is through the heart center. It's beautiful. That is what they call Christ consciousness. They call it Aurora consciousness too, as well. There was something else that came through. But we're just accelerating very, very fast. A lot of us, and there's a lot of mass awakenings. It's pretty much we're going back to our original blueprint. So this is it's a beautiful ride.
I know. Which, I would like to see how we can change the human forms with this new blueprint, but
we'll see.
Still a work in progress.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's just, you can just see the whole quantum field through your third eye. It's just beautiful, but it's actually through the heart center. So that was one of the things that I learned, is when you have this when the heart is completely on, that's when everything else opens. It's all in the heart. It's beautiful. You have to have everything completely open, and then you'll be able to see. You can see it during the day. You can see it through your third eye. It's awesome. Working with a divine child is really important during that process.
Yes.
Being happy,
crucial.
Smiling and laughing and playing is just super important, just to be able to navigate through everything too, and just be like, you know what, I'll figure out something to go do or play or go walking in nature. So stuff like that.
And the way that they showed me basically the operating system, because we know as babies, children, the majority come in, they're like, they smile, they're happy until the programming starts. So it's like we're in the heart operating system is what I will call it. And then as we begin to grow, we're automatically programmed, trained, taught into the physical, the electrical. It's basically an electrical, the mind operating system. So many people have been running the human on the mind operating system that it is difficult for them to go, wait a minute, this has always worked. This is how I do things. This is who I am. To be able to go, no, 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 that was programmed into you. We have to unprogram this mind electrical system and go back into the energetic heart system. And you're right, because then once we step back into that system, that's where our access is. You cannot access all of the quantum field and all of the other dimensionality from the mind operating system. You have limited access. You can, force your way through and, have some gifts, have some whatever. But until you actually release yourself from the mind electrical system into the heart-based energetic system is when it all begins.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of people are having difficulties. They wake up and they're still trying to process through the old operating system. Getting
mine hits every morning.
Confused, frustrated, angry.
It hits every single morning until now. I was like, nah. I sit there and counteract it, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not participating in you anymore. I'm like, I just sit there and I'll do counteract it basically, and sit, and I have appreciation, I have gratitude, and I'll just start going through all the things, talking to my cells in my body. That's another thing, activating the frequencies to peace, because as soon as you wake up, it's gonna hit. That's for me though. That's my experience. My perception, that's where mine hits as soon as I wake up, even though I had the most awesome experience traveling. But it'll still hit, and then it'll start downloading, not downloading, but it's like a database of everything. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. What about this? What about this? What about that? And just sitting there and just not playing into it, and then talking to your cells, because also you're going through a cellular cleanse at the same time. So you can sit there and talk to your cells and just tell your cells to calm down. If you just know that basically it's the ascension process and it's deep cellular cleansing, then you can just navigate through it really fast. So.
Because the mind, the electrical operating system does run the physical form, and it can automatically send you into fight or flight. It can send you into anxiety, depression, and all the rest of it, because that's the system it knows works or has worked in shutting you down. So as the body starts to do these things, again, it is override. You as a soul override, because that's what we're doing. We're overriding the old physical forms.
Yep, you have to.
You have to. And I put my mind, when it starts coming up with stuff, I just thank it for being so great at record keeping, and ask it to go
send it somewhere
find something else.
Yeah.
Can you go find things that we forgot to be grateful for and bring them to me? Or can you go find ways of making more money? Whatever it is, because it loves to do the work. It loves to find, and it loves to collate information. So I just make sure that I put it in a direction that is beneficial.
Yeah.
You do a great job. Go do this instead of this crap. I don't want to hear
it. A lot of us are doing great as far as all the cosmic portals, people that are working through it. Good job. We're pushing so fast. It's just, you can feel it. We're working very hard. A lot of us that are working is hard. And then you have the ones that are actually, there, that are trying to hold everything open for everyone else. So people are working extremely hard, doing a great job. Everything is accelerating like really fast. Really, and great, a lot of space holders too. Awesome space holders, because I can see them. They'll start coming to me, and they're like, "Get out of it!" Like I'm actually seeing all these. It's unity consciousness, but there's other of us. They're telling me where they're at. Like, I'm in Africa. I'm here. I'm like, it's just beautiful. And they're like, "Come on, move." They're like, "Come on, start moving the body. Get out of it. Let's move it." Keep the. I was like, okay, this is a little weird. I can see all of you guys. Like, these are soul groups trying to assist the ones that are keeping it open and wanting the other ones to start to come through. And it's beautiful. It really is. They make me do dancing. That's how I actually will start doing the alchemy dancing. And they're like, just come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. So
absolutely,
it's just it's unity consciousness. It's basically what it is. It's just all of us. It's everyone is the whole, the all, type thing. It's just awesome. It really is.
Which is another good point, because there's a lot of us, so many that are doing a lot of good work, are really working hard. And even though you and I say, we go out, we do galactic, we do quantum field on the out, I want everyone to know that those of you that are doing the inner earth work, underwater work, all of the stuff related to this planet or other planets, you are just as important, and we value you, because we would not be able to go out to the outer realms without those handling the inner. So even though some people's experiences may be, well, I see fairies, or I see dragons, or whatever it is that are, dolphins, whales, fantastic, because not all of us, we can't all do everything. It is one particular part that, that's my expertise, this is what I do. So I really want to thank and commend everyone, because your experiences are going to be different than ours. We love you. We are so grateful that you are tackling the inner earth beings, the inner earth cleansings, the underwater, and all of the stuff that needs, crystals. I mean, goodness, someone is a crystal keeper that takes care of them for us.
Me.
I love you. Thank you.
It's me. I realized that I'm a crystal keeper. No, I always knew, but I didn't realize. I was like, oh my God, it's just beautiful. I'm working on the aquatic. I've been telling you my beautiful traveling by light to the oceans, trying to help and cleanse that too. So I was doing that too recently.
Absolutely.
And so I give it up to all of us. All of us are working together. It's unity. It's definitely unity. You can feel it.
Exactly. And I think that that's one thing that's so important for all of us, is like, yes, our experiences are different. The stuff I hold in my human is mine. I mean, it's been my experiences here of what I'm holding. So it's like, it makes me no better, no different, no worse than anyone else. It's just what this human has had.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're going through the experiences, recognize we're all doing this. We're all cleaning what we have to clean. We're doing our skills that we came here to do. And there's no one better, less than any of us. And I honor all of us that are actually doing what we're here to do. And as we do some, if I do water work or do inner work, which I do as well on the inner earth, and there are value and skills that I use or lend towards those that are doing the work, going, okay, I've seen it done this way, or whatever my, authority of assisting is, but yet recognizing the real workers that do that, and that is their expertise. It's fantastic.
Doing mission work. Yeah. Everybody.
Exactly.
I honor everybody. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, like, there is no separation duality, and that's something that my higher self has been grilling into me. Clear it out, clear it out, clear it out. I'm like, I got it. I was like, but my heart, soul, it's like my soul, the higher self knows, but it's the human that is, that system. And that's how we're fluctuating. It's kind of like in between dimensions. Yeah. But I know it. I've always known it. And that's how we work, is like we work as one unit. And you'll start seeing others come in that are going to try to assist if you need assistance, and they'll be like, come on, let's go. Let's clear it out. Let's get this moving. It's pretty. It's beautiful. And pushing the other ones up. We're soul family. We're all soul family. You can see us all in the spiral going up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
And trying to get the other ones up. So
exactly. I just want to say thank you. I mean, oh my gosh, it's just beautiful how much we've accomplished and are accomplishing. And
thank you to everyone.
We got it this time. We've got it this time.
It's moving really fast. It's just gonna be mad. If it's this magical right now, it's gonna be even. I cannot even imagine what it's gonna be by March at all.
Me too.
Just can't. So I'm excited about it to see.
Me too.
I think that's. Do you have anything else?
For those that are in the 11th Merkaba, which is kind of a burgundy, maroon, dark rose color, it's really beautiful, which is perfect for this time of year as well. That actually is the Oversoul Access with your Oversoul, which is the supervisor of all of your higher selves. The work is a little tedious. It's a little trying. At times you're going to go, these are all me's in time, space, dimensions, other realities, physical, non-physical. And because we in this particular timeline are doing the work, you're going to be asked to assist and help your other selves.
Mm-hmm.
So as you come through with, past lives that we think are past lives, which are concurrent now, or future lives, or all of the yous or me's that you may have identified with in the past, this is a time of collectively returning them all into one, to the Oversoul. So yes, you may resonate as, Ra, Cleopatra, whoever throughout time and space. That is just one tiny fractal of who you are. So set aside all of that story. Set aside all of the, this is who I am, because none of it matters. None of it matters. That is an experience for whatever particular learning and mastery that you came here to integrate into all of you on a soul level. So you are being asked at the Oversoul level, which is the 11th Merkaba, again, a burgundyish color. This is access to the 28th dimensional frequencies. To set aside, again, all of the personalities, all of the higher selves, because each one is having its own human, its own body, its own physical location somewhere. This is integrating. This is integrating all of the yous, which is light and night, because some of, the me's haven't been on the light. And I have tons of skills from, a darker way, from the night side, but those skills can be used and integrated to use for the light. So as you come across things that, you were, I don't know, a murderer, you were, whatever, you were, the Egyptian hangman, whatever it is that comes up that you were, integrate that, accept that. Do not beat yourself up. Do not go into the self-doubt, the anything. It was an experience. There was a reason that you experienced that, whether it was a karmic reason, whether it was something that you needed to learn to be able to assist. Because again, some of the best intel that we get are from people that were criminals on the inside. When they turn to the light side, you've got the in. And that's the way I want us to look at ourselves. Yes, I did it. I accept it. Accept everything. And I am shifting and I am moving that into the light with the Oversoul, which then leads to the Christed soul. Because this is that point of integration, letting all the identities go, letting anything and everyone other than you as a frequency, a unique individual frequency, and to stop fractalizing yourself.
Yes. Pulling all the soul fragments back into one. So I actually know some people that have contacted me that actually been experiencing it, and I'm just like, just relax. Like, I try to explain to them that they're at the Oversoul, but they don't know the knowledge, so they're not understanding what they're experiencing. But they'll get through it. So definitely.
Exactly. And that's what, to let you know, it's normal, it's natural, it's a part of the process. It's gut-wrenching, it's, heart-wrenching to know the things that I've done or not done, or all of the rest of it. But go, you know what? I see it and I can choose differently now. No more stories. None of it. Just let it all go. Because when we get stuck in what we did or didn't do, you're not moving forward doing what you can do. That's the whole purpose. What can I do? What can I do with what I know? I love you guys. I love everybody. Oh my gosh.
I love you too. I think that's pretty much it that we have so far. We'll be back again soon.
Yes. I think we figured it out now.
Yes. And happy 12/12. We might be able to get a recording, but I'm not going to promise anything. So
we'll do our best.
Yes. Bye.
Okay.
We love you.